Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Killer Mike is not gonna like this one. But I'd be curious to see who he comes out to attack in regards to this segment. Now, this segment took place on Stephanie Rhule's show, the 11th hour, I believe, and she does a segment called the Nightcap, the Cocktail Hour, something like that, right? And the subject of Charlemagne and Killer Mike came up, and how they are using their huge platforms to spread misinformation and lies. And there was a black woman on the panel who stood up to the plate to set the record straight. I'm curious to see, Killer Mike, who you're going to come out and attack. I'm curious to see if you're going to come out and attack the white woman who made you the subject, or are you going to attack the black woman, because we know you don't like black women. We know that you will use your platform to discourage voters to vote against black women, just like you did for Stacey Abrams. Y'all watch this.
Well, none of you have brought up a point that a Fox commentator did this week, who said that young voters are going to get really excited about these Donald Trump gold sneakers. That these gold sneakers with a big T emblazoned on them, that is going to get people to walk on down to the polls, specifically young black voters. On what planet does that make sense?
I mean, Republicans constantly say the quiet part loud, right? And they have let African Americans know how they really think about them as voters and as human beings. I mean, I'm also just confused. Can the shoes actually stay on the market because they have a red bottom? And we know Christian Louboutin is a little litigious when it comes to red bottoms. So it's like, Donald Trump, think through this. Do you want another lawsuit? I mean, you've got enough. But I think, the fact that Republicans are saying, well, black boys will love them because they're sneakers. That's it. That's your policy position. But Donald Trump's running out of things to shill, right? We've had water, we've had steaks, we've had ties, we've had
Okay, but
universities.
then why don't I hear from the Charlemagne the God or the Killer Mikes out there saying, hold on?
Because they need to read a book and or talk to a political scientist, right? These are people who have platforms, massive platforms. And
Huge influence over young people.
Massive influence over not just young people, but black men in particular, right? And they are the ones who are parroting Russian propaganda, things that you can find easily on Facebook, sort of saying, well, neither one does anything, so, I don't know, if you want to stay home, that's up to you. They refuse to lay out how far this train can go off the track, right? How far Donald Trump can take us away from democratic ideals. This country is not perfect. Every black person knows that, right? But incrementally, we have to actually work towards the ideals. We can't have people consistently telling young people, well, if you sit this one out, I don't think it'll make a difference because, Joe Biden hasn't done anything for your community. Absolutely not. I mean, we know that African Americans are most susceptible to environmental racism. We know that having debt relief for people who've gone to college, that actually closes the wealth gap, right? So African Americans can actually start to buy houses. I mean, the list goes on and on. So when you have people like Killer Mike and Charlemagne the God, I think they are actually real dangerous threats to democracy and participation for African Americans in particular.
Killer Mike, Nina, Charlemagne, they are dangerous to the black community. And anyone with a large platform that is providing them with a space to spew their lies and misinformation, they too are a danger to the black community. And we're not going to leave out Snoop, Kodak Black, Lil Wayne, Ice Cube, and all the rest of them. Waka Flocka, Travis Scott, all the rest of them. They are too a danger to the black community. And even the small platforms who prop up these people and use these people to spin a narrative, they too are a danger to the black community. Anybody that's saying that, well, the Democrats and the Republicans are the same, the Democrats have done nothing for you, so if you chose to stay home, no one would blame you, those people are dangerous to the black community. And anybody that is out there telling people or putting the thought or idea into black people's minds to not vote because of what's going on in another country, when we are in peril right here in our own country, those people are too a danger to black people and the black community. Child, I'm late. I gotta go to work. Do with this information as you will. But just know, I block people down in my comment section. And sometimes I don't have a whole lot of conversation about it. Most times I don't have a whole lot of conversation about it. Y'all have a fantastic Monday.